Part 21, The First and Second Phase of Human Development. Listen to a part of the sayings from Spiritual Energies with the topic, The First and Second Phase of Human Development, by Aljibisa Stojanovic, who transferred the sayings received in deep meditation into the book, Man, Origin and Future. There is one phenomenon that occupies all the energies of the cosmos, including the Creator himself. That's development. Development represents the basic principle of the cosmos. Without development, the cosmos would not be what it is today. That is why development is a basic attitude and principle. There is no moment in the development of the cosmos from the beginning until today that this principle is not represented to the maximum, which means that the cosmos is continuously developing and will continue to develop as long as it exists. The Creator has embedded in all the energies He created an embryo of development that contains the essence, sequence, intensity, and direction of development of each energy. The human aura also contains this, and therefore its development is divided into two phases. The first in which only the left half of the brain participates. The second in which both the left and right halves of the brain participate. What is the difference between these two phases of the development of the human aura, that is, the brain? Christ's energy, which created man, imagined that the final part of human development, after several previous mutations, selections, etc., contains two phases, in which the first phase would be satisfactory and fulfill its function until the end of human development, while the second phase should give the crown of everything, to complete with an exceptional speed of development, not only the development of human civilization, but also the maturation of luminous bodies. Of course, at the time of the creation of the program for the first and second phases, it was not possible to know that human civilization would be tasked with helping the development of one generation of luminous bodies, but the coincidence in time went extremely well, because with the development of the second phase, the maturation of the luminous bodies will be greatly facilitated from 12,000 to only 3,000 years. In this way, despite the delay in the development of human civilization due to the creation of a huge number of negative thoughts, it will nevertheless complete its development within the approximately predicted time frame and at the same time finish the maturation of the luminous bodies that we help. What is the role of the brain in these phases of the development of the human aura? In the first phase, the role of the brain is to store a huge amount of information and conclusions that the white bioenergy has brought, and at the same time emits human thoughts, that is, the thinking of white bioenergy, and to command the functioning of all organs of the human body. The second phase of the development of the human aura implies an influx of abundant information from spiritual energies that will enable the white bioenergy to reach its conclusions incomparably faster, to make them much deeper, much more correct, to reduce the number of negative thoughts to a minimum and thereby enable the purification of the human aura and its much better functioning, which automatically leads to improved intelligence, creativity, and spirituality. This means that the quality, depth, and breadth of the work of the human aura, and especially the white bioenergy in it, due to the improved circumstances in which it functions, will enable incomparably more conclusions, as well as some paranormal possibilities that require the right half of the brain to be involved. The right half of the brain contains some potentials that the left does not have, and when activated, these potentials will develop strongly, which will enable the strong development of paranormal powers, intelligence, and creativity. It means that the right half of the brain also has its own function, which will not be awakened and activated until the aura of that person moves into the second phase of development with incomparably greater overall possibilities that the right half of the brain will also take over and store, and for some, serve as a broadcasting station for their realization. Spiritual energies predict that in about 1,000 years, in accordance with genetic possibilities, the right half of the brain will be activated naturally and man will move into the second phase. This is such a significant event that it can almost be compared to the fusion of the embryos of the luminous bodies with the aura of prehistoric people 144,000 years ago. Spiritual energies are ready to accelerate this natural process, so that the activation of the right half of the brain can already be achieved in our time. This would be possible with their great help in the form of about 40 energy effects that would be performed approximately once a month, which means that the entire activation cycle would last about 3 years. At the same time, the activation of the right half of the brain could be realized by any person who wants it, provided that they are older than 16 years. Asterisk. Activating the right half of the brain achieves purity of the aura, high spirituality, great paranormal powers, and extraordinary abilities in mathematics, physics, and science in general, understanding of economic problems and many other possibilities that are unimaginable for ordinary people, which means that these people are very close to the possibilities of the enlightened. In addition, very quickly, in a few years, the enlightenment of these persons automatically occurs, regardless of whether they have undertaken anything special. Generally speaking, in 10 years the number of people with activated right half of the brain could reach around 100,000, in 15 years around 10 million, and in 50 years around 3 billion. The significance of these people in the whole world will grow more and more as their number increases, because in their countries, due to their almost genius capabilities, they will occupy leading positions in science, economy, politics, religion, and their common feature will be complete compliance with the will of the Creator. Their work will turn the entire development of humanity in a direction that is much closer to the path of the Creator than today. Simultaneously with the work on the maximum development of the possibilities of the human aura, which we called the second phase of human development, spiritual energies also began the preparation of an even more spectacular program that includes the development, that is, the expansion of the possibilities of the human aura beyond the genetic ones, which would lead to the creation of a special race of people, incomparably more developed than ours. The Treasury of Sacred Knowledge thanks you for your interest, and sends you a lot of spiritual patience and love.